Hello everyone, it's Gillian here from Rustic Journals. I hope everybody's having a nice day today. I have come on today to do a flip through of this vintage sort of Victorian, I guess, themed journal that I have just recently finished. I really love this journal. Now, I've not put this on my Etsy shop just now because Etsy are at the moment not doing postage labels for America because of this tariff thing that's going on, and Royal Mail are not posting to America just now either. Hopefully in the next few weeks things will get sorted and we'll be able to post things through Royal Mail to America again. If anybody is interested in purchasing this journal, I will leave my email address in the description below this video, and yeah, if you just give me an email and we can sort things out from there. Right, let's crack on. So the cover is a fabric soft cover, cardstock and fabric. It was done with like an old vintage tablecloth that I've like cut down to size, and then underneath here we've got another vintage tablecloth, but you can't really see much of this one. And then the topper is basically corrugated cardboard, and I've gone over it with some what do you call that paint? Oh gosh, I forgot the name of it. Oh, it's going to annoy me. I'm going to have to go and grab it and have a look. Gesso, yes, gesso. And then on top of that, we've just got some vintage book page. And then we have a genuine vintage photograph of these two children. What else have we got? Some burlap here. Vintage doily behind there. And a little... I've actually cut this out of a big tablecloth thing. We've got a book plate here with journal in it, some vintage buttons and a little label. And then the closure is these little bulldog clips with this pretty ribbon and gem thing. I just had to shorten it so that it worked as a closure. So I'll put that to the side. Now the inside cover, oh, now I forgot to put something in this pocket here actually. I'll need to do that. So I've just collaged lots of different digitals and some genuine vintage ledger paper here. And this is a genuine vintage envelope with some digitals over the top and a label here. And this is a pocket. But yeah, I'll get something put in there. And then we've got a little bit of fabric and an old safety pin there. So it's got two signatures. Now, the first page here flips out like this. And this is from an antique book. A book about antiques, I should say. It is a vintage book as well. And I've just cut out this china doll and popped that on there. Book page with gesso. And then inside this envelope we have got a vintage well, it's not really a postcard, I guess it's a, I don't know, a card with facts on it. And then on the envelope cover we have got some calico fabric, and I've stitched this picture here which was cut out from a vintage music book, as was this. I just cut out this bit and made it into a journal card backed with some coffee dyed paper there. And then here we've got this belly band. I actually made these on camera, so there is a video on my channel with these, with hidden journal spots under a fabric flip there like that. And then in here I've got this altered paper clip, and this is a digital, this isn't genuine. report card, and it's coffee dyed on the back for journaling. I'll pop that back under there. And then there, I should say as well, there's quite a lot of genuine vintage ephemera in this journal as well. I think that's why I like it so much. So this letter is genuine. This is just a picture of Queen Victoria's doll's house, which is now at Kensington Palace. And this was from a book about antique toys. And then on this side, we've just got a little flip pad, scrappy flip pad that I have glued onto there. Some avocado, no, not avocado, what was it now? What did I use to dye this? Was it blueberries? I think it might have been blueberries actually. I used to dye this paper. And then this, is this genuine? No, I think this might be a digital, this one. And I've made a little frame with a vintage cigarette card here. And this is vintage. I think, I don't know what if it was a sticker at one point, but it's so old, you know, it's all like come away a bit. And then we've got some vintage ledger paper, just plain there, in this pretty envelope. And inside we have got some more genuine ephemera, a letter there. Okay, and then a pocket with 2 journal tags there. Plain for journaling, book page, vintage, and a little journal spot here. And then this is the music book that I got this picture from. That's just more of the cover there with some washi and lace there, and a journal spot on the back. And then here we have got a tuck spot with this faux photograph. More faux photographs here. I've just popped some lace and trimmed down the edge there. And this label, I've just made that with different layering and then the label on top and stapled it on there. And here we've got one of these cash envelopes that I have just decorated with various bits and bobs, and inside we've got a genuine vintage card, compliments of the season. So pretty, and the flowers, they're like embossed as well. Love the colours of it, and it's just plain on the back. So pretty. And then over here, these button cards, now I made them on camera as well actually, but I've turned this one into like a tuck spot. Pop that journal tag in the back there, and then we've got this little gem on some rickrack here and a sticker there. And how cute is this little tiny cameo thing? Just this image on the back there. This is actually genuine vintage sellotape. I pull it off of like books and things that I buy, and then I just re-glue them down onto my journals. And this is the other side of that genuine letter. I've just popped a label on there. And then we've got this doily tuck spot here. Some vintage book page with different typewriters there. And then a little typewriter image up here. And this is just something that I've stuck down for decoration really, like an advertisement, bit of, what did I call that again? Burlap, and a little picture there. This is genuine vintage ledger here. And that's the middle of the first one there. just had to pause the video there. I've got stuff cooking on a pan. It was sounding a bit crazy. Yeah, so ledger paper, yeah, okay. Now here we've got some more of this genuine letters, but also I've got this, which is also genuine ephemera. A greetings card there. Now I think that's meant to be up at the spine bit, isn't it? I think, or maybe not. No, there. And then inside, oh, it was a Christmas greetings card. May every Christmas bear to you the breath of springtide hours, and show a garden fair to you of friendship's fragrant flowers. Oh, to Miss Silcox, I think it says, from, oh, I'm not sure what that says. But yeah, that's some vintage ephemera there. And then we've got a pocket here with this big label. And a journal spot tucked in. And then we have another one of these dolls from that book. And then this is just a big journal spot that I popped on. So it was, this doll was with musical movement in the base. She raises her lorgnette to her bisque head, whatever that means. And that would have been a doll that was around in 1885. And then we've got two pockets here with some journal prayer cards popped in. And we've got a CD holder here that I've just decorated with little embellishments. And again here, and inside we've got genuine ephemera, little Jack Horner, and then you've got the nursery rhyme of it. And then some writing on the back. Mary Silcox, for good attendance, something something, February the 25th, 1916. I'm guessing she must have got that at school for good attendance. More journal space, and then we've got the back of that music book. And then this is just a bit of ephemera I've stapled onto this book page here, and a label at the other side covering the staple. And then this is actually a genuine cameo, this. I got this in a charity shop. It was a brooch, but I just took off the pin bit and glued it onto here. And then we've got another flip out here. I've just decorated the back with various digitals, some pretty vintage fabric and some lace. And then inside we have got this genuine receipt, I think it is, from 1861. Is it 1861? Yeah, I think so. Okay, put that back in there, and then we've got the other side of this. Yes, it is a digital, this one. And then we've got this little genuine bit of ephemera here as well. If I can get that paper clip off. And this was another card that she must have got from Darren Lass Mixed School, maybe, Mountain Ash. Never absent, never late. 13th of October, 1916. And then here we've just got a fabric and lace sample card. More of that letter. And I've just done a little cluster type thing there. And that's the end of the first signature. Okay, so this is from a vintage book about antiques as well. Something from 1760, this ornament would have been. Now this is just a genuine vintage envelope. Did I put anything in this? Yeah, I did. Oh yeah, some vintage book page there. And then we've got tucked in here another one of these nursery rhyme things. 3 blind mice on that one. And that was from July 1916. And then we've got this little bead here that's been put on as a little dangle there. Little image of the boy and girl there. Some vintage music page here with a full photograph and a vintage button, memories. And then on the inside of this music sheet it says Pilgrim's Sleepy Town. Okay, so it's just telling you a bit about the song and how it came about. I thought that was really nice. And here we've got another little dangle with a silver teapot on it. And that's why I thought I would put the teacup image there with the burlap with a little glassine bag. And then I've got this, this was actually cut from a book cover, Victorian spoon and fork there. I just thought that looked cute tucked in there. And then we've got some vintage newspaper. I've just glued down this clock and this cluster that I've made here. And this is a digital image with rick-rack down the edge there. Some pretty lace down the edge of that one. And this is again genuine vintage sellotape. And then we've got lots of journaling space and 2 old style perfume bottles in each corner. More lace. This is just a digital as well. And then we've got some coffee dye. What do you call this? Vellum. Love the crinkle. Some more digitals with sari silk down the edge there. Oh, I've still got the clips on there. Pull them off. So this is just like layering I've done here with some book cover, music book cover, and another of those olden day dolls from 1895. And I've just popped this fabric flower with a, gosh, my words are not coming today. What do you call them? Oh, it'll come back to me. One of those things with the legs and the prongs. And I've just used this other fabric rose to cover up the bits. And then we've got some more of these letters here. Oh, there's a date on that one. October the 11th, 1928. That one will have been from. And then we've got this digital that I've ripped down and made into an uptuck. Brads, that's the name of the thing with the prongs, brads. And then we've got this journal card. And then here we've got a side loading pocket. This is a genuine book spine. The Age of Louis the 14th, Voltaire. This is digital. And then in there we've got a full photograph with a label saying 1949. Cute little girls playing with their dollies. I love that. And then it's backed onto this card. This was like a card frame for some vintage embroidery thing that I had. And then I've put this trim on the edge there. Okay. Coffee dyed paper, and that's the middle of the last and second signature. This is just glued down, just some embellishing that I've done. No tuck spots or anything, it's just for decoration. And then I've just clipped this on here. More vintage letter. And then we've got this pretty pocket that I have glued down onto the back of here. And we've got another one of these pretty little cameos. And you can't probably see on the camera, but you can see the picture of a little house through the window there. It's probably not going to come out clear on camera, but this is here. Is it a church? No, it is a house. And this is a genuine vintage greetings card. So wait to see if oh yeah, it does open up, yeah. From Mary Amos, Christmas 1907. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Perfect, perfect size for that little house to show through the window there. And then we've got another side pocket here made with genuine vintage envelope. I've just decorated it with various labels and some fabric and an old safety pin. And then I've glued this digital cash receipt paper down behind there. And then this is the tag that's inside. And then, of course, there's the sari silk down the edge there. And then here, we've got a belly band. Some pretty lace down the edge there. And here. And this is genuine as well. It's really fine, thin paper, but can you hear the noise? It's just lovely to, got a lovely feel to it as well, and the sound of it. And that's from May 1927. There we go. And this was from an old vintage handkerchief. And we've got this pretty little bead as well with the cute little flower on it. Another one of these dolls as well. I love them. And this is another piece of vintage ephemera. Mary Silcox again. She must have been very good at school, because this is another one saying she was present 118 times during the term ending November 1917. Some more lace down the edge there. And then we've got this faux photograph and a bow that I made out of lace, and then a brad that says family on it. Fabric trim down the edge there. And then we'll have the other side of this vintage music sheet. And this was a fabric sample that I just glued on there with some book page. And on this side we've got the Anvil song. This song is specially intended for boys. Gosh, you wouldn't get away with doing songs just for boys or just for girls in this day and age, would you? And this is a genuine vintage advertisement from 1887. And that's the end of the journal. Just more collaging on the back there. And there we have it. So I hope you've enjoyed looking through that with me anyway. And as I say, if anybody is interested, I'll leave my email in the description, and you can just get in touch with me like that and we can sort something out. Okay guys, take care. Bye bye.